Welcome back, Mama. Today we are talking about movement, specifically how to find a routine that you love and actually look forward to. When I found a movement and exercise routine that I truly enjoyed, it totally transformed my approach to fitness because I didn't feel like I had to go because of what I ate or what I was planning to eat. I didn't go because I wanted to look a certain way. I did it because I enjoyed it. And especially now during motherhood, I really needed this routine mentally, physically, and emotionally. I wanted to become stronger. I wanted to have this mental clarity to start my day so that I can be clear for my family, for myself, and everything that I am doing. So it's been amazing. And it's also flexibility. And we're going to talk about that. In this episode, we are going to cover why enjoying movement matters and how to discover what works for you, as well as tips for creating a routine that fits your lifestyle, something you need as a busy mom. So grab a notebook and pen. Let's dive into today's episode. Welcome, Mama. If you're tired of wondering what healthy meals to make, feeling like you're running on empty, or struggling to make exercise fun and achievable, you are in the right place. I'm Val, functional sports dietitian, prenatal and postpartum fitness coach, and a first-time mama myself. I've created a simple plan that lets you live healthy without strict rules or sacrificing delicious food. A plan that helps you fit and exercise, reach your goals, and still have time for the things you love, all without spending hours in the gym. It's time to embrace a fun, sustainable lifestyle where health doesn't compete with a busy schedule. So grab your coffee, settle in, and join me on this beautiful journey to becoming a strong, nourished mama. Whether you like it or not, momming is a sport. And it should be in the Olympics because that shit is hard, okay? Rocking your baby to sleep, picking up toddlers and their toys, holding littles while you cook and trying to put laundry away and do literally the 1,000 things that you have to do every single day, all day long. That is fitness, all right? That is exercise. So if we have an exercise routine or a movement routine, that is going to prepare us for motherhood and beyond. It's going to give us the strength, the stability that we need to be able to do those activities of daily living. So why not love it? Why not find joy and love movement and exercise that you're going to be doing? We don't need to hate it. We don't need to dread it either, because that's not fun. I want you to be able to enjoy movement so that you can become a strong mom to support your littles and support yourself. I believe we can find something that works for our lifestyle, and what we love will help us become what I like to call mom strong, okay? We have to prepare for these Olympics because, like I said, that shit is rough. That shit is hard, right? And it's so easy for you to bend over, pick up a toy or your toddler, and then all of a sudden you feel like you broke your back. You're like, what in the heck? How old am I? I feel like I'm 90. Why is this happening to me? So we have to be able to incorporate fitness and movement so that we can build strength. And not only now during motherhood, but I'm also thinking beyond. Like when we get into our 50s, 60s plus, right? Like I want to have strong bones. I want strong muscles to support me in perimenopause, postmenopause, and when I'm an older adult in my 80s, I want to be a functional human being. So I want to enjoy this. We need to first talk about making a mindset shift though. So let's start moving for joy rather than punishment or guilt. And if that's something that we're currently doing, we need to first become aware of that, because exercise doesn't have to be about burning calories or looking a certain way. It's about feeling good in your body, in your mind. And I know that's easier said than done. I do, especially depending on so many different factors, how we were raised, the content we are taking in. So from social media, from all of the different platforms, TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, what are you taking in? That is powerful. Whatever you are putting in your mind, that is powerful, and we need to be able to audit that. And also our current culture, unfortunately, this is really sad, but it's our culture. We have to first become aware of what are the thoughts that we are thinking about. Are we using exercise as punishment or guilt to look a certain way? Now if we have aesthetic goals, I totally get that, right? You want to build some muscle, you want to be strong, you want to feel good and look good, and I think that's okay, but I don't want you to do it to a point where it's going to jeopardize your health mentally and physically. If you are moving as punishment or guilt, I encourage you to become aware of this, recognize it and see it, and let's start to see how we can shift your mindset, your way of thinking away from this negativity and towards something more positive or neutral or even just out of curiosity. So if that thought comes up like, oh, the holidays are here, I can't eat cookies or enjoy family dinner unless I spend 2 hours in the gym. Like I can't eat that unless I work out. So if I don't work out, I can't eat that. Like that is stressful. First of all, we have to be able to enjoy the holidays. That's what they're here for. We should be enjoying every single day. But if that's something that's coming up, right? If that is a thought that is happening, becoming self-aware to see that thought, recognize it. Okay, let's let it go. How can you shift from that negative thought and mindset to, okay, it's the holidays. I'm going to be enjoying some fun foods here and there. I love cookies, hot cocoa, and other delicious goodies. And you know what? That is okay. I'm going to savor those food and enjoy it. But I am going to move my body today to get energy, to feel good, and to help me with momming all day long. We have to make it more positive. And it's also something we need to be aware of if this is our mindset, because you don't want to teach your kids this mindset. We want to be able to teach our littles that movement is fun and we don't have to do it because we ate something, or we don't have to do it to look a certain way. We do it because we feel good. It makes us strong and we have fun. That's what it is about. And our littles, they are taking, even if they're like mine, 15, 16 months old, they are taking in everything. And that is powerful, starting them off young and making sure they're having more positive input. So let's first work on that mindset shift. Now, what are the benefits of joyful movement? Just having fun while you move? Well, it's going to help you increase motivation. You're going to stay consistent with this exercise routine, this movement routine longer. The more you enjoy it, the easier it'll be to continue it. Like waking up for me at 5:40 in the morning, that's not, like I don't want to just like wake up and not do anything, but I get to go to the gym, move my body afterwards. I feel 1,000 times better. I have energy. I come home and I'm ready to start my day and do some things for myself before my little one wakes up. And I love it. It's something I personally enjoy. Now, what is another benefit of joyful movement? Well, reducing stress and boosting your mood. And man, do we need that. You will feel amazing after you move your body, even if it's a walk. So if you have a mentally exhausting day at home with the kids or working, or you're in the office working and you're leaving and you're like, man, I do not want to go work out, or I don't want to go on a walk because I'm so mentally drained. Physically doing something is actually going to give you more energy. For you to be able to get energy, it's going to cost a little bit of energy. So maybe you don't go to the gym, but maybe you take the kids to the park, or you go on a light walk and listen to your favorite podcast. Hint, hint, put me on, let's talk. That movement and plus getting outside is a bonus. That is going to help you boost your mood and get more energy. And that's something we definitely need, especially when we're shifting from working or from task to task. Enjoying movement also encourages a sustainable, lifelong habit rather than short-term fixes. If we're focused on that negative mindset, that negative thinking, then we are going to be more likely to gravitate towards those short-term fixes. So we need to work on that mindset first so that we can enjoy it, and then we can find something that's sustainable, lifelong. It's a habit. If you notice you're focused more on outcome goals, like I want to lose weight, I want to be this number on the scale, that's an outcome goal. Again, try shifting a little bit, try shifting that mindset to align this to match your actual identity. So I am a runner, I am a weightlifter, I am a walker, I am strong. You are bringing it to your identity. Go back to episode 4 and we talked about habits. That is a really good basis. And again, in the future, we're going to be talking about this more and more. The benefits of joyful movement: increases motivation and consistency. It reduces your stress, boosts your mood, and it encourages a sustainable, lifelong habit rather than these short-term fixes. We do not want that here. So how do we find out what we love, what we enjoy when it comes to movement? Especially if you're the type of person, maybe your family didn't grow up moving or exercising or playing outside, or you're like I hate going to the gym, or I don't like going to group fitness classes, or I don't like doing something at home. We first have to start with some self-reflections. Start to ask yourself these questions. What activities make you feel alive or energized? And if you don't know, then try different things. Trial and error. See what works, see what sticks. Do you prefer solo time? Do you prefer group settings? I personally like a little bit of both. Right now, with my schedule and with how my life is and work, solo time is the only time I'm gonna get my movement in. So that's what we have to do, okay? But I enjoy it. I love listening to my playlist and jamming out to music, but I also love the group settings. I love being able to meet my girlfriends at the gym, catch up, and have a really good workout. That's something that my best friend and I do all the time. Are you drawn to structured routines or something that's more playful, free form movement? That's a big difference, because if you are attracted to playful, free form movement, yet you're trying to do this structured routine, you're gonna hate it. It's going to suck and you're not going to want to do it. And then you're not going to have the motivation to continue it. So for example, if you love music, maybe you do dance workouts or Zumba. Maybe that's your thing. If you crave solitude, yoga, walking, hiking by yourself, that may resonate with you more. And if you like those group settings, then you kind of think about what that looks like. Is that a group fitness class at a local gym like Body Pump? Is that a CrossFit class? Is that a group climbing class at the rock climbing gym? Like there's so many options out there, which is super cool. I also suggest that you try out different types of movement, okay? Because if you're doing the same thing over and over, not only is that probably gonna get boring, but you're also not gonna see any improvements in strength, especially as we get older and we wanna be able to stimulate the muscle differently to be able to get that response. And also, as a mom, you are moving in all of these different planes of motion. You are holding your toddler and bending to the side and picking something up. You are in the car and reaching back to give your toddler something. Like you're doing all of these weird dynamic movements. So we need to do different types of exercises as well. This can be yoga, hot yoga, Pilates, strength training, hiking, dancing, swimming, cycling, even martial arts. Do something that's fun. I haven't done kickboxing in a while, and I use the excuse right now is my nails. My nails are kind of long. It's kind of a girl problem, yeah. But I don't want to break a nail going to kickboxing, but I love kickboxing. So I'm actually considering cutting my nails shorter and putting on the gloves and going kickboxing, because not only is it fun, it's physically hard, which I love. I love a good challenge, but it's also like brain camp too, because you have to think of the sequences and everything. So it's definitely something that I am personally thinking about getting back into, something different. You can sample so many different types of workout programs. You can get something for free online. You can YouTube. There's so much free content on YouTube, which is amazing. We have to be able to experiment and explore, try different things. If you're used to think like, I didn't like group fitness, but all of a sudden you go to a different type of group fitness class that you've been to before and you love it and you make new friends, like that is awesome. I was actually talking to a client a week ago, and we were talking about all of the things that she has accomplished this year. So she went from a little bit of walking here and there to lifting 3 times a week, started jogging maybe 2 to 3 times a week, and she also started hot yoga. And I was telling her, like, girl, that is awesome. She has 2 kids, 2 toddlers, and how much of a win it was, one, to just do those things. Like, how badass is that? And she mentioned she wanted to always try hot yoga. She was like, I always wanted to try it, but I thought I would be bad at it. I was nervous. I didn't think I would be good at it. So I never did it. But one day I just went in, I decided to do it, and oh my gosh, I love it. And now she's doing it once a week. Like, we have to be able to explore, try these different things and see what we like, especially throughout the different phases of our lives. Like before kids, that's a totally different lifestyle than when you have an infant. And that's a totally different lifestyle than when you have a toddler and older kids and teens and so on, right? Like those are totally different types of lives, and we have to be able to shift and be flexible with that, with our lifestyle. So that takes us to making our movement that we enjoy work for our life right now. Okay, again, it's gonna change. We gotta get used to that, especially as a mom. Let's first start small. Finding joy in movement doesn't mean committing to an hour-long workout every day. Start with 10 to 15 minutes of something fun. Start with walking. Maybe 10-minute walks 3 times a week, and then progressively change it or increase it, the intensity or the type of walking or whatever you're doing, progressively change it over time so you're not doing it all all at once so it's more sustainable. Walking is super underrated. We don't do it enough, and that is a great place to start. If you're thinking about, okay, I haven't been exercising, I want to start moving, where do I start? Get out and walk every single day for at least 10 minutes. You will not regret it. And then try to see where you can incorporate things into your daily life. Like maybe you dance while you're cooking and cleaning, or you take the kids to the park and play tag. You do a quick workout video while they nap, or while they're playing in the living room, you do 5 rounds of 5 push-ups, 10 squats, and 20 jumping jacks. Some little movement. It doesn't have to be long. 10 minutes is plenty. I also want you to make sure that you are celebrating your progress, not perfection. Again, that doesn't exist, right? Perfect doesn't exist, but we have to remember consistency over time is what matters, not being perfect every single day. Because if you're focused on that perfect mentality, that's a negative mindset, and you're more than likely going to let yourself down. So let's go to just staying consistent. We talked about this in episode 4, so go back and listen to that episode if you need to. Now, how do we overcome common barriers? Like, I don't have time. No one has time, right? There's like, I wish there was more time in the day. There's not. We gotta just accept it. There's only 24 hours, and 7 to 8 of those hours I am sleeping. That is my priority. But how do we get over that barrier of I don't have time? As I mentioned, movement doesn't have to be long. It also doesn't have to be complicated. You can go on a walk for 10 minutes. You can do something for 10 minutes out of the entire day. And if you do that every single day for a year, that is a big jump from doing nothing every day for a year to doing something for 10 minutes every day for a year. It totally counts. So we have to shift from that all or nothing thinking, that all or nothing approach when it comes to movement. Like, oh, I can't get in 60 minutes, might as well not do it. Like, what? No, we shouldn't think that way. Find ways to sneak it in if you don't have time. Every time I stand up to go to the bathroom, I'm going to do 10 squats or 10 jumping jacks. Or every time I brush my teeth, I'm going to do 5 push-ups. It's called habit stacking. What about the barrier of I'm not motivated? Well, motivation, girlfriend, it's not going to be with us all the time. My coworker loves to explain it as a monkey, and I am totally here for that because it is. You're not going to always have high motivation. We have to accept that. And if you think of really successful people, they're not motivated all the time. Like, they're not motivated to get up at 4:30 a.m. every single day. So, but yet they're still successful, right? It's the consistency. So if we go back to habit stacking, where we pair movement, some type of physical movement, with something you are already doing and enjoying, like listening to your favorite podcast. Like when you're listening to me, if you're not driving, of course, then maybe you go on a walk or get in some movement, or other podcasts, or your favorite music, or whatever it is. Try to bring those things together because it will make it a lot easier. And the last barrier I'm going to be talking about is I feel self-conscious. And I totally get this because when I first started lifting weights, I was super self-conscious. Like, what if I'm not doing this right? Even when I started going to the gym that I'm going to right now, I go to Anytime Fitness. It's 5 minutes away from my house. It's so convenient. But I hadn't been in a gym setting like that because I was doing CrossFit and other types of movements. I hadn't been in a gym setting like that for a long time. So some of the machines, I was like, hold up, how do you use this machine? Like the leg press machine took me like 10 minutes to kind of figure out. And I was like, oh yeah, this is how you do it. Okay, whatever. Like, who cares if people see me struggling? Like, if I need help, I'm definitely going to ask someone. But when I first started strength training, I wasn't like that. I was very like, okay, timid, and I'm not going to try that because I'm very self-conscious. So maybe if you are self-conscious, if that is a barrier right now, I suggest starting with something at home, or just something like low pressure, like walking, okay? Start with something at home, start getting used to it. Maybe eventually you hire a personal trainer so that you can work on form. That can also help with staying consistent because you're meeting with your personal trainer 3 times a week, let's say. So that can be very helpful. It can be great to incorporate, again, that form and specific skills. So if you're wanting to become stronger, or you're wanting to learn more, improve your form, I totally recommend that. When I was in high school, I wanted to increase speed. I was on the cross country team, speed as well as keeping strength as a runner. I had a personal trainer when I was in college as part of my internship for exercise science, my bachelor's program. I worked with a variety of trainers and I learned so much. And then after college at my CrossFit gym, I worked with a coach there to help me with speed and strength and really fine-tuning some of the movements, especially the barbell movements. And they were great with teaching me different techniques, and I loved it. So if you do feel self-conscious, you know that you can start with something at home. You can start with walking and progress from there, but you can also hire a personal trainer or a coach. So I encourage you today, this weekend, whatever it is, to try something new. Pick one new type of movement you have never tried before. Never, ever tried before. Or something you haven't done in a while. Like, man, I used to walk every single day and I haven't done that. Like, let's go do that. Let's see how it feels. Maybe you start to do it once a day, especially if it's walking. If it's a workout routine, maybe it's 3 times a week on non-consecutive days. And I want you to let me know how it goes. Try it out. Let me know how it goes. Tag me on social media at wellnessbyval_, Val Warner, or send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. And let's make exercise, let's make movement fun again. So quick recap. Movement should be joyful, personal, and it should fit into your lifestyle, whatever that is going on for you right now. And that, remember, that's going to change. We have to be able to shift from a negative mindset to a positive, or at least a neutral curiosity mindset, to be able to incorporate this movement and enjoy it. And remember, the goal is not to be perfect, does not exist. I want you to find something that makes you feel good both inside and out. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for joining me, and I can't wait to hear about all the amazing new things that you're trying this week and beyond. If you can, please take some time to leave me a review. I would greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to get on my email list, because you're going to get access to free recipes, free goodies. I'm going to be sending some really great goodies for you to help you incorporate some movement, some different ideas, so that you can find joy and add in exercise and movement into your daily routine. If you are currently pregnant or postpartum, listen up, because I have a 100% online self-paced program just for you. It is 28 modules long with 8 different sections on various topics related to mindset, movement, and wellness. And what this program is it is going to prepare you with what you need to stay physically active throughout your pregnancy and then to be able to heal postpartum. So what is safe to do during pregnancy? What core exercises can you do? How can you continue to build strength in the core or build it back up and as you recover postpartum, as well as heal the pelvic floor? This is so important when you're pregnant, especially when you're postpartum, getting back into movement. So if this is where you are and you want to start incorporating some exercise and some movement, this program is for you. The link is in the show notes. You can purchase it whenever you like. You can start it whenever you like. It is self-paced, because I know how hard it can be in motherhood, especially postpartum, to stick to a schedule and show up week after week. That is definitely an option and something I'm going to do in the new year if you'd rather do something live and with other mamas. But if not, you can do this in the comfort of your own home at the pace you like. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. It is called the Pregnancy and Postpartum Foundations, where I incorporate birth fit foundations as well as other movements and techniques that I use during my pregnancy and to heal postpartum. You will definitely not regret it. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Strong and Nourished Mama. If you enjoyed today's show and found value in it, I would love for you to leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. Your feedback helps me reach more mamas like you, and I truly appreciate your support. Stay strong, stay nourished, and I'll see you next time.